cannot make this shit up, man. I've been laughing at this video trying to put this together. My freaking stomach hurts. Okay, so government responds to save the community because some pesky citizen had illegal fireworks stored in their garage. So government shows up from a snitch to save the pesky citizens, and they put this woman in charge of loading the explosives into the bomb thing. And this is the next thing you see. You cannot make it. Oh my God. So here's the truck. Oh, geez. I wonder who put that there. But Rick, how come this is the bomb disposal unit of the LAPD. Those guys are really good. I mean, they are the best of the best. Look, LAPD. Wow, look at that. Bomb squad. Those guys are like really good. They're trained, right? Yeah, okay. This woman set up the bomb, blew up the whole freaking neighborhood, injured 17 people. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, here's some different footage on this.
Middle of all this chaos, many of them injured in that unexpected and violent blast.
Unexpected and violent blast. LAPD told the neighborhood, we're going to be blowing up the bombs in your neighborhood, the explosives that we found. These are illegal fireworks that LAPD loaded in a compression freaking chamber that sealed the explosive and created a much larger explosive than had they blown up in a freaking garage. But watch the way the media twists this, and they all make it about the mean guy that had the bombs. He didn't hurt anybody. The mean guy that they're charging with child endangerment because he had his kid in the house with a bomb, he didn't blow up the freaking neighborhood. Government, the trained guys, the trained government that tells you only we should have guns because you pesky citizens need more training. You pesky citizens can't be trusted with guns. If only we had guns, we would protect you. Welcome to government showing up, protecting and serving the shit out of this neighborhood, blowing up the neighborhood and killing 17 people, all while trying to save you, even though the Supreme Court ruled they have no duty to protect. So even when they decide to protect, they kill you. And then when a school's getting shut up, they hang on the outside and don't go in while kids are getting killed because they have no duty to protect. I'm telling you, anybody that freaking thinks government is freaking good and smart is just a damn fool.
Jory.
Yeah, Mark, if you heard from Chief Moore, you heard that those in the vicinity of this explosion were evacuated beforehand, but we spoke with a lot of...
If they evacuated people, you wouldn't have 17 people in it. Oh, out of the 17 injured, there were 10 cops. That means there were 7 civilians that was injured. Now they're saying they evacuated there. They didn't evacuate the area. They evacuated the 2 homes next to the bombs that they were moving. And then they go out in the freaking street and blow up the whole freaking neighborhood. Because they had freaking, Karen come along, freaking #1 in the academy woman who got promoted to the bomb squad because she didn't want to work the road and handle bad guys. So I'll get on a bomb squad to where then I can only handle bombs. So now when I blow up the freaking neighborhood, I can blame the man for not training me well.
A lot of people who were maybe a block or 2 back, maybe even more, who still heard and felt this blast and had no idea what was happening. They thought it was either an earthquake or an explosion.
Well, they should have known. Government showed up with their big trucks and they blew up the neighborhood. They should know what happened.
Of some sort, but repeatedly we heard tonight it was nothing like I've ever felt before. People felt this to their core.
Well, that's because you never had government show up to protect and serve you. Once government shows up and gives you a little service, you'll understand what government feels like.
Like anything they've experienced in the past, and it was a very scary thing to go through.
Very scary, very scary. When government shows up, very scary. That's the only thing this reporter got right.
Listen.
Your whole body starts to hurt, and then your...
Tez is describing what it feels like to be next to a massive explosion. She and her family were...
Look at the carnage that the government did. Look at that nice LAPD truck. What do you think that truck costs? Maybe $200,000, bomb, nice paint job, nice air conditioning, nice, probably a little donut shop in the front cab. I mean, what do you think that truck costs? And you get this bomb-trained female out there, women can do anything, men can... Okay, whatever. So this cop that we We hire because of what bathroom they use. We promote because of what bathroom they use. We assign them to special duties because of what bathroom they use. Because all in the name of we want to be equal and show that we're not unfair. This is the carnage of being ignorant and showing you're not unfair. Who do you think's going to pay for all these guys' cars that got screwed up? You know what? These guys are kind of stupid because when government shows up, you probably ought to leave the damn area. Nothing good happens when government shows up, people.
Right there, including her 6-year-old sister.
Everybody started running, screaming, sister, shoot.
Residents told us they heard and felt the blast from inside a building more than a quarter mile away.
I was asleep when I...
From
Look at all nice red truck people here, carting away people, and this is the way government gets to grow. So let's see, we have a guy who's trying to make a living selling fireworks. Government makes fireworks illegal. So this guy finds a way to make money on that, because anytime government makes something illegal, it creates a black market. And so now he wasn't hurting anybody. He was actually doing a service to the people that wanted fireworks. And government comes in to save the day, and look at how they save people. Amazing.
Inside a building more than a quarter mile
Could have
away.
predicted this. Ray Charles saw this shit coming.
I was asleep when I felt it sounded huge. It sounded like a really hard earthquake. It sounded huge. It sounded...
They're in California. Everything feels like an earthquake. Freaking cops shooting people. Yeah, I thought it was an earthquake.
It's just like the whole world. Like, it sounded so close to us.
This brings back memories of another fireworks
So
discovery
the
gone
media shows another fireworks with a bunch of fireworks going off. This has nothing to do with government blowing up a freaking neighborhood.
wrong when back in March, a massive cache in Ontario ignited, killing 2 people. That blast was felt for miles.
This is how they want to promote the narrative that, see, fireworks are bad and you need government to protect you, and we're reporting that government needs to protect you and you shouldn't do fireworks, and we need to keep you safe because you're stupid, and we work with government, so therefore we got to show you scary things that can happen if you don't listen to government. And this is what happens when government comes in to save you. And you know what? They're not even blaming government. They're still blaming the guy with the fireworks, saying if it hadn't been for him, government wouldn't have come in, used their top trained female bomb expert to blow up the neighborhood.
Around, homes in the area were left unlivable, and tonight, after this,
That's some protecting and serving the shit out of you, let me tell you.
dozens of residents here can't go home either.
And
you
the
heard
big truck came.
from Chief Terrazas, the injury count up to 17 tonight.
Why
9
do
of
they
those.
call it a fire department when all they do is go to accidents and medical calls? I mean, when was the last time you saw a fire department at a freaking actual fire? Unless they set their kitchen on fire when they were cooking themselves dinner.
LAPD officers, and even 2 and 2.5 hours
Stuff's so important. He's even on a wheelchair. He's got to be on the phone. That's stupid. Damn Karen, I told her not to freaking connect those 2 wires, and she goes, no, that'll be okay. And now look what happened.
after the explosion, we still saw officers being wheeled out of the crime scene or the
And
explosion.
the ATF. Oh, look, another ponytail. Oh, women come and investigate women. Wow. Let's see. We got women pushing the injured, and now we have women coming to investigate women blowing up the neighborhood. And then we're going to blame the guy who had the illegal fireworks trying to make a living.
Explosion scene onto ambulances which were lined up around the block ready for a mass casualty event. It turns out that there are only 3 serious injuries to come of this. All 3 of them.
Serious. Look at this dude. He's eye fucking this cop like, you stupid motherfucker, coming to my motherfucking neighborhood and blow up my motherfucking house because you're here to save me. This dude is pissed off at this cop in a wheelchair.
Civilians. There were 6 civilian injuries in all. 17.
He's got a little bomb squad patch. Don't worry. Remember that shirt? In the military, they always make shirts. I'm sure all bomb squads do it, but the bomb guys always wore the shirts, so they had coffee cups that said, if you see me running, try and keep up, or whatever. Dude, you ain't even running. You know you're a bad bomb squad when you got to be taken away from your bomb area in a freaking wheelchair. You can't even run from your own disaster.
Injuries in total, including 1 ATF agent.
Oh, including 1 TF agent. So ATF was on the scene for the great bomb explosion, for the great serving the community to protect you. Once again, ATF blowing up communities around the United States in the name of keeping you safe. Perfect.
And 9 LAPD officers. And of course, the interesting part about this is
Radio. I don't know if it's going to work. It looks like it's freaking screaming.
The fact that 9 LAPD officers.
This is how radios get accidentally keyed when you put them in tight pockets. Sometimes they key and then you hear people walking.
Of course, the interesting part about this is the fact that the LAPD is now investigating child endangerment charges because the 27-year-old man who was arrested for having that cache of fireworks had a 10-year-old brother living inside.
So this guy's got his 10-year-old brother living with him, trying to support him and his 10-year-old brother, and they're going to charge him with child endangerment because the police showed up and blew up the neighborhood. It's his fault. I mean, it's like if LAPD freaking, it's just crazy.
With him, and so Chief Moore just said moments ago that they are now not only charging him with possession of those explosive devices, but possibly pursuing child endangerment.
Show me the man, I'll show the crime. Why don't we get him for littering? Because when it blew up the truck and turned the cars over, glass and parts of LAPD bomb truck went everywhere. And so we'll just get him for littering too. And then we'll get him for illegal parking because the LAPD truck is parked in the middle of the road now. And let's write him for illegal parking. Yeah, that's it. Let's get him. Pesky citizen making us come out here and blow up the neighborhood.
Those stored in a house with a child living inside. This story mentioning again and again, Mark, as you said, fireworks are illegal in the city of Los Angeles.
Oh, they're illegal. Yeah, it ought to be illegal for freaking government to handle them too. But Rick, they're trained professionals, and they just need more training. And if we gave them more money, and then we hired like kids in the 5th grade that study freaking fireworks 101, then it would be safer, and we could just give them more training. Freaking idiots.
And as we saw in Ontario, what can really happen when things go wrong? This was a planned explosion.
Planned explosion. This is the government planning. Rick, government is good, and we should give them more power and just pay more taxes. And if we only had more government, we would be safe. And freaking idiots.
Obviously didn't go as according to plan, but things could be so much worse if it ignited
Oh,
unintentionally.
it would have been so much worse had it ignited unintentionally. No, actually it wouldn't have been. Because if you blow up a bomb and it's not enclosed, it doesn't do as much damage as if it's enclosed.
Moments ago, right here, that news conference on ABC7. We want to go back out. We just got an update as you watched live moments ago, right here, that news conference on ABC7. We want to go back out to Eyewitness News reporter Tony.
Absolutely. 17 people were injured, at least 10 of those LAPD officers.
Hey, all you crooks out there, you want to get rid of some cops? All you Antifa and freaking other idiots that are calling for, it's all the cops' fault? Just give them illegal fireworks and let them take themselves out. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Officers, one ATF agent there, and we are just waiting for the national ATF team.
For fireworks stands to pop up around LA. Free fireworks for LAPD. Let them freaking take them.
To arrive here. That's what we learned. There are some ATF trucks here that are parked near the home where the explosion happened.
ATF, this pisses me off. Every time something happens, feds have to get their fingers in. Feds have to come in and save the day. It's not bad enough our own government is blowing up our neighborhoods. Now we need the federal government to come in and investigate and put their bombs, and then they'll destroy some stupid shit. Like, it isn't enough government to have one government blow up your hood. Let's call in another part of government to come freaking investigate the idiots that blew up the neighborhood.
Even the LAPD bomb squad truck that exploded in this case is still across the street there. You can see it is
I don't think that truck's driving away, Mr. Newsman.
The window is blown out, and they are continuing to maintain the integrity of the scene until the national ATF team gets here.
Oh, we have a national ATF. So ATF was there when it blew up. We have ATF now showing up to investigate, but we're waiting for the national ATF team. Man, if we only had more government, we would be so much safer.
So they can learn more, but we want you to take a look at what happened last night.
Don't worry, folks. I'd be running around right now. Don't worry, folks. We have it under control. It's just a LAPD protecting and serving your community. Don't worry. We got everything under control. You're safe. Do not panic. Just turn in your guns so we can keep you safe.
In the blink of an eye, a bomb squad truck that's designed to hold these explosive materials.
Freaking truck, are you kidding me? This woman probably just did millions of dollars in damage, and it won't be her fault.
is destroyed in a blast that rocked this South LA neighborhood. This is near 27th and San Pedro streets. Homes and cars were damaged and glass at nearby businesses shattered. Earlier in the day, LAPD seized at least 5,000 pounds of illegal
There's our
fireworks
hero. Let me put a big arrow right here. Hero, LAPD hero, right here. Women doing a job that any man can't do.
from this home. Work was being done throughout the day to move the commercial-grade
Where
fireworks
these wires go to? Oh shit! I'll just twist them together. They'll be all right. It'll be all right. Roll Charlie around. Roll the bomb truck around. It'll be all right.
to an off-site location. During the operation, 40 IEDs the size of soda cans were found, along with 200 smaller devices. The material was transferred
She
to
looks
a
like she knows what she's doing. I mean, that's really important for government. You don't really have to know what you're doing. You just got to look like you know what you're doing.
total containment vehicle with an
got,
iron.
got her head in here. Yeah, what's this? That looks like explosive. Yeah, let me just shove this over here. Hang on, let me connect these wires. Don't worry about it. I'm trained.
Chamber, and that's where the material is supposed to be safely detonated. At about 7:30 last night, when the team went to detonate that material, something went horribly
Something
wrong.
went wrong. Yeah, I'll tell you what went wrong. Government went wrong, like it always goes wrong. More government is never good.
Here's what we just learned.
This was completely
No
unexpected.
shit? You mean you didn't intend to blow up this neighborhood and injure 17 people? Damn. I'm glad you cleared that up, because I'm confused when government shows up, because normally people get killed.
So they followed all the protocols
Oh,
in
they
place.
followed everything, so it must be good. See, they're already making excuses for her. She did everything right. Government showed up. Government did everything right. 17 people injured. Bomb truck, millions of dollars damaged, but they did everything right. Man, Ray Charles saw that freaking press release coming.
It was not one of these explosions that was really unplanned. This was
Unplanned?
planned.
It was planned. You freaking set it up and did it.
So that's the scary thing. This was planned.
This guy finally said it. That's the scary thing. This was planned.
And you saw what happened. Now, I asked, what would have happened if those explosive devices were outside of the vehicle, in the home per se, and if they exploded? They said, well, because of the pressure of the truck, the explosion was bigger than what it would have been outside of that
So
truck.
they admitted that when government showed up, they made the situation worse. Gee, where have I heard that before?
So the fact that it was in the truck made it even worse. So another scary fact that's coming out in this case here. Now, the man who was arrested, his name is Arturo Cejas. He's in custody for possessing a
Arturo goes out, buys some fireworks, government shows up, blows up the freaking neighborhood, and it's his fault. Wow.
destructive device. It's being presented to the DA's office. He could face further charges, including child endangerment, because of the fact
This
that
is going to be a future press release when Biden uses nuclear weapons and F-15s against the people who have guns because our guns don't matter. It'll be, you pesky people with guns caused me to use those nuclear weapons and F-15s on you. It wasn't my fault. It was your fault. Get ready.
10-year-old brother was also living in the home. I'm assuming that we're going to learn more as the morning progresses.
We'll learn
Live
more lies as the morning progresses. I think I know enough.
in South LA, Tony Cabrera, ABC 7.
You know, people did tell us they felt that blast more than a quarter mile.
Border Jessica DeNova live in South LA.
Just listening to Tony now, guys, talking about had this not been planned. It's scary to think about that because there is an elementary school just
So this woman's still protecting government. Had this not been planned, there's an elementary school around the corner. So much worse. Thank God government showed up and injured 17 people. It's freaking crazy.
short walk away from here. And right now, investigators are working to tighten the area. South San Pedro here is lined with
I'll
businesses.
put a link to these clips that I'm using to another video without me talking if you just want to go to links.
An apartment complex buildings and left debris scattered on the streets. We saw
Look at all that government service. Welcome to Los Angeles. By the way, this is in the Shootin' Newton district. I don't know if you watch my Crazy Cop Story series. We went down and served a warrant down in Newton. We were chasing some guy from Northern California down there, Nigerian, and we went down there, and the cops were like, "Yo, man, you guys are just going in there with 3 guys?" And he goes, "You know where you're at?" And I'm like, "LA." And he goes, "Man, you're in Shootin' Newton." He goes, "This is Shootin' Newton." He goes, "You probably shouldn't be here. We're just 3 guys, but if you need us, give us a holler." And I was like, "Well, can't you guys come with us since you're in a marked unit and a marked car and kind of cover us?" "No, we got other things to do. Just call us if you need us." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Window shattered in at
That's
least
where I got the dude with the big old machete in his leg. And I said, dude, what do you know with this? He goes, shit, around here, if you ain't got a weapon, you a victim.
one business and
I guess around here, if you ain't got government, you're a victim too.
homes in the surrounding area. One car had its side plowed in and was knocked on its side by the force of the blast. Police did evacuate nearby residents after the explosion.
Oh, police evacuated after the explosion. Oh my God, thank God government showed up and evacuated people that they tried to kill. Oh man, we are so lucky that we pay so much taxes.
According to the Los Angeles Fire Department, several homes were impacted, and the LA Building and Safety is evaluating them to determine their status.
Oh, we got more government evaluating their status to see if we can shut down business. See if we can tell businesses who are trying to make a living that they need to do upgrades to their building because government came in and blew up their freaking neighborhood.
Anyone will be displaced.
Everybody started screaming.
It felt like the whole world, like it sounded like came out running.
And be contacted at 1-800 area. Call 0. 2 homes were evacuated at that time.
That's what they evacuated. 2 homes. They didn't evacuate the neighborhood. They evacuated 2 homes and then blew up the freaking entire neighborhood.
And of course, we're asking those questions.
So this was just some film camera dude that was filming it. When it blows up, he does pretty good. He doesn't panic. Doesn't even knock over his camera. He's pretty close. And he keeps filming. It's like, damn, that was loud. Hang on, let me zoom out. See if I can see some carnage. Good camera guy right here. He's on it. It's like, let me pan over here and see if there's any dead bodies over here. Man, good thing government was here. Shit, I feel safe. I feel safe with the government responding to save me. All right.
Angeles, police discover a massive cache of illegal fireworks with more
Sounds like
than
they ought to be illegal for government to fucking handle them too.
3,000 pounds of fireworks and other explosives. Let's go live to Sid Garcia, who is live outside the...
A lot of investigating going on here and a lot of securing the fireworks. The latest count, more than 5,000 pounds of fireworks have been seized at a home just down the street here. We are on 27th.
See how calm and peaceful it looks before government decided to freaking blow up the bombs? See what the nice neighborhood looked like? We got all the yellow tape up and everything's nice until government shows up. What a freaking cluster. Are you kidding me? And the way they're spinning this is like government did everything right. We followed the protocol. Government evacuated people. Medical came in. Government really saved a lot. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Who doesn't see that this neighborhood was a hell of a lot safer before freaking trained government came in to freaking save the day? What the hell? All right, we'll end that there.